Hello, our beloved viewers. Welcome to the 9 p.m. English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. Let's have a look at the top stories of tonight. And concerning the opening a new channel, RTD Educ, a step toward inclusive and accessible education for all. And concerning the international war in Gaza, caught between rubble and explosives. Those were the top stories, and thank you for joining us. The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed today chaired an important meeting at the premature with several ministers and government officials in attendance were representatives from the ministries of justice, interior, commerce, housing, and transport. The meeting is part of the government's effort to strengthen the country's laws and regulations to bring them into line with international standards. This is part of the assessment a process carried out by a Gafimoan as part of the recommendations of the Financial Action Task Force. The Prime Minister did not fail to recall that this initiative is a voluntary move by Djibouti designed to strengthen the rule of law and modernize legal text. The aim is to protect the national economy against financial risks and to make Djibouti an attractive and safe a country for investors. And the highlight of the evening is the official launch of the RTD Educ new channel. School has reached a new stage in Djibouti. It is no longer confined to the classroom. Today it enters every home through the television screen. This morning at Quipens, a new premises, an important moment for national education took place. The official launch of RTD Educ, the country's very first educational channel. This ambitious project is supported by two ministries, the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training and the Ministry of Communication in charge of post and telecommunication. It marks a major change in the way Djibouti teaches and learns. Under the slogan School goes beyond its walls, it comes to you. RTD Edu goes far beyond a simple TV channel. It aims to make education accessible to everyone, everywhere in the country. Thanks to a wide range of programming, students of all levels will be able to follow filmed lessons, educational, cultural, and scientific programs, as well as revision modules. The content is free and designed to be accessible even in the most remote areas. This channel puts technology at the center of education. It's a concrete response to the difficulties of accessing education, particularly in rural areas. It will enable all children, wherever they live, to follow the same school program. RTD Educ, the result of a strategic collaboration between the Radio Television of Djibouti and Quipen, represents our joint commitment to fostering quality, inclusive, and innovative education, said the Director General of RTD, Mr. Aden Abdi Jama. Let's hear it from him.
C'est avec une immense fierté et une grande émotion que nous précédons aujourd'hui.
It is with great pride and emotion that we officially launch RTD Education today, an ambitious and forward-looking initiative dedicated to our students in the entire education system. RTD Education, the result of a strategic partnership between RTD and Quipen, reflects our shared commitment to providing quality, inclusive, and innovative education. More than a broadcasting channel, RTD Education is a media space for knowledge, curiosity, and intellectual growth for both students and educators. Thanks to the vision and support of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Gelli, RTD Education will offer an educational complement outside the classroom setting. Education is our greatest asset. When media joins the mission, it uplifts the whole nation. With RTD Education, television becomes a real teaching tool. I want to thank the Minister of Communication, the Minister of Education, and the teams of RTD and CRIPEN for their efforts in creating this impactful project focused on learning, innovation, and success.
And in turn, the Minister of Communication in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Radwan Abdullahi Bahadon, did not fail to highlight the official launch of RTD Educ, Djibouti's first ever educational TV channel. Let's listen to the Minister.
Le lancement officiel de la chaîne éducative RTD Educ.
Today marks a historic moment, the official launch of RTD Education, Djibouti's first national educational channel. Born from the partnership between RTD and CRIPEN, this channel embodies our shared vision of using audiovisual media to serve knowledge, learning, and equal opportunity. RTD Education enhances the core mission of public broadcasting by placing education at the center. We believe that learning happens not just in classrooms, but also through the screens our youth use daily. This channel promotes accessible, inclusive, and relevant education, combining pedagogy with cultural, science, and civic values. I thank the Ministry of Education for his support and the RTD and CRIPEN teams for developing rich, engaging, and socially grounded programming. With RTD Education, we bet on shared knowledge and audiovisual media as a tool for social change. Today is just the beginning of a more educated and united republic.
And for his part, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, emphasized how this initiative aligns with Djibouti's commitment to innovative, accessible education for all, regardless of location. The Minister's statement.
Nous sommes réunis aujourd'hui pour célébrer un moment historique pour notre système éducatif.
We gather today to celebrate the launch of RTD EDEC, Djibouti's first national educational TV channel, a product of our strategic partnership with the Ministry of Communication. In a world facing complex challenges, education must move beyond classrooms. Television, being accessible and powerful, now becomes a key tool for spreading knowledge, sharpening critical thinking, and shaping responsible citizens. RTD EDUC offers interactive lessons, cultural shows, and content on entrepreneurship, health, environment, Islamic values, and more, designed to inspire and educate all, regardless of location. This project was made possible thanks to many contributors. The Director General of RTD for dedicated in 35 weekly broadcast hours, the Educational Steering Committee, inspectors and school directors for content development and quality assurance, the CRIPEN team for their technical and editorial leadership. I also thank the Ministries of Communication, Budget, and Decentralization for their support, ensuring equity and access across all regions. Our goal is clear: build a modern, fair, inclusive education system. RTD EDUC is a powerful step forward. Let's nurture and grow it together.
And still within the field of education, the Minister of Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, visited the Center of National Education Research Information and Production, CRIPEN, accompanied by the Secretary General of Government, Professor Abdulrahman Baba Musa. They were welcomed by CRIPEN's Director General, Mrs. Roda Mahmoud Isse, and during the meeting, Professor Baba Musa exchanges views with Roda Mahmoud Isse, who presented the missions and achievement of CRIPEN, an important player in the field of national education. The presentation highlighted the center's effort to improve education through research and innovation. Visitors then discovered the CRIPEN studio, where the RTD Educ educational channel was launched. The initiative marks an important step forward in the use of media to enrich student learning. They also visited CRIPEN's educational school radio station. And another news now. The Djibouti Coast Guard and the French Navy took part last Tuesday in a new edition of the maritime exercise named Bull Shark. This exercise brings together several forces, including the U.S. Combined Joint Task Force, the Djiboutian Coast Guard, the French Navy, and the Rapid Intervention Battalion of the Djiboutian Army Forces. The main objectives of this exercise is to strengthen cooperation in maritime safety and security between these different partners. The edition also saw the participation of Japanese self-defense forces, Spanish forces, and French forces as well. The scale of the human and technical resources deployed underlines the importance of multinational cooperation and collaboration between these forces. This exercise once again illustrates the determination of the Republic of Djibouti and its international partners to strengthen their collaboration to ensure regional maritime security. Djibouti's strategic geographical position at the crossroads of three continents and at the gateway of the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the Gulf of Aden, and the Indian Ocean make it a key player in a global maritime safety. The Hall of Honor of the Djibouti Coast Guard Naval Training Center, located at the camp of Dorale, hosted the closing ceremony of the 6th edition of Exercise Maritime Bull Shark. Let's recall that the exercise brought together a number of international forces, the Combined Joint Task Force, Horn of Africa, the Djibouti Coast Guard, the French Navy, the Rapid Intervention Brigade of the Djibouti's Army Forces, as well as the European forces of the Atalante, represented by Spain, the French forces stationed in Djibouti, and the Japanese self-defense forces also present in Djibouti. The ceremony was attended by Colonel Waes Omar Bokore, Commander of the Coast Guard, Brigadier General Ballinger, Deputy Commander of the Combined Joint Task Forces Horn of Africa, Colonel Mohamed Elmi Abane, Head of the Operation Division. The main objective of the exercise was to reinforce collaboration between forces, particularly in the field of maritime safety and security as well. Health now. To make World Malaria Day, the Ministry of Health is reaffirming its firm commitment to the fight against malaria by launching a national awareness and prevention week. Since last week, the National Malaria Control Program has been running a series of awareness-raising initiatives across the country. These initiatives include quizzes aimed at a variety of audiences, including school children, young people attending community development center, and patients as ministries of health facilities. The aim of the campaign is to raise awareness of preventive measures, encourage the use of impregnated mosquito nets, and mobilize all citizens in the fight against this global pandemic. By intensifying its effort during this week, the Ministry of Health is reaffirming its determination to protect the population and significantly reduce the impact of malaria on the national territory. In a school exchange between Djibouti and Rwanda, Arta welcomes Rwanda's pupil. The Arta region was alive with the spirit of francophonie and friendship between peoples. As part of a school exchange program supported by the Organization International of the Francophonie, 3 Rwandan students from the center of the formation spent an unforgettable day in Arta. As soon as they arrived, they were warmly welcomed by the prefect of this region, Hassan Dabli Ahmed, in the presence, of course, of the coordinator of the French language project of the OIF, Modibo Konati. The welcome was symbolic. Welcome teachers and Djiboutian hospitalities. They then headed to the Arta Regional Media Library, where members of the Action Entraide of Arta Association, its president Ali Mahmoud Darar, and many of the town's young students were waiting for them. After a word of welcome from the equesters of Arta Regional Council. And still with the national news, as part of its ongoing activities, the International Committee of the Red Cross organized this morning a beach cleanup event this morning at Siesta Beach with the support of its volunteers. This initiative aims to preserve the environment while raising awareness about the importance of volunteering and first aid skills, led by Amina Hussein Farah, Secretary General of the ICRC Djibouti. The event brought together many young people and adults who participated in both the beach cleanup and first aid workshops. These workshops provided participants with essential life saving techniques for emergency situations. This day is not only about cleaning up the beach, but also about strengthening our community's emergency response capabilities. We are proud to combine environmental awareness with training in safety and health, said Amina Hussein Farah.
But today it's about the Djiboutian Red Crescent, your national society, and we want to celebrate the work the Red Crescent volunteers are doing in your country. Every day, some have left us because we also work often in difficult situations and we also lost volunteers. We also commemorate them today.
And now moving on to the international scene, where humanitarian and local organizations have repeatedly warned about the dangers posed by unexploded ordnance left behind after months of Israeli airstrikes. By the end of 2024, the Israeli military has conducted more than 40,000 air raids on Gaza, according to local media. The United Nations Main Action Services estimated that between 5% and 10% the munition used in this operation did not detonate. By earlier 2025, the Israeli Air Force was aware of at least 3,000 unexploded bombs in Gaza. And now the demand for cobalt has risen sharply since the beginning of 2025. And according to the Cobalt Institute, this increased around 11%, with the global need expected to reach approximately 227,000 tons this year. Last year, demand for this natural metallic element was around 4%. In a world undergoing an energy transition, cobalt plays a crucial role, particularly in batteries and green technology. And at last, Syrian interim president calls for lifting of sanctions in Paris. Ahmed al-Shara, Syria's interim president, revealed that his country is holding indirect talks with Israel to prevent a further escalation of hostilities. Speaking during his first European visit since taking office, al-Shara also met a French President Emmanuel Macron, who expressed support for lifting Western sanctions on Syria to aid and support its economic recovery. And that's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us, and stay tuned for more program on RTD channel.